Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to talk about what we've accomplished so far this week, as well as the moves we made today. If you're new to the channel, this is an income generating account where we generate revenue through selling cash secured puts, which means you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price, selling covered calls, which means you're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price, and collecting in on some high yielding dividends. So we haven't opened any new option plays this week because we hit our minimum goal already of $600 per week. Our goal is to generate a minimum of $600 every week in revenue. We hit 686 this week. Let you see my trade history, fully transparent, all my plays. Here's what I've done this week selling options wise. Collected $300 and some from selling options, and then as well as another $386 from collecting dividends this week. I do have 3 contracts set to expire worthless. TIGR 850, run 650, and run 550. Again, when it's a cash secured put, I agreed to buy the stock for that price, but it's currently trading at $10.27. So what happens on Friday after the market closes, the collateral I needed to put down for this stock, in this case, a $6.50 stock would be $650 because every option contract has 100 shares. So I would get that $650 back, and I've already collected $123 on the position credit-wise. So I collected that when I opened the position. So basically, I got paid $123 just to agree to buy a stock that I'm not going to buy. It's a pretty awesome deal, an awesome way to generate income. My favorite way, my second favorite way, is some dividends. So we do have quite a few shares of ULTY. I know there's plenty of people that have way more, but I did buy some more today. So the stock dropped down to 613, and I think I bought, let's count how many we got today. We bought 10, 20, 45. We bought a total of 45. Oh, no, sorry. We bought 35 shares today. We bought 10 yesterday and then 35 today at the 618 price. I didn't quite cash in on the 613, but you know what? While we're here, why don't we just buy another 10 shares? And there we go. So now we just bought another 10 shares of ULTY. We are at 2,255 shares, meaning we did actually buy 45 shares today, like I had said right when I started. So 2,255 shares. That's awesome. We are going to get 10% or 10-cent yield dividend this Friday on ULTY. So we're going to get around $220 on it, which is amazing. I don't know how long they can stick with that 10-cent per yield, payout, but hey, we'll take it while they have it. I always look at the S&P 500 for like market movement, and the last 2 days, it really dropped. So it went from 641 at 3:45 a.m. down way down to let's see here, down to 631 after hours, so quite a bit of a drop. I'm assuming it's kind of speculations on earnings. We're in earnings time frame, so there's earnings this week, next week, the week after. It could just be kind of that, and also it is nice to have a little bit of a turnaround. I mean, if we would look at the S&P 500 for 3 months, look at that. It's just up, just like a ladder going straight up. So it's nice to see some pullback. And if you're an option seller like myself, down days are the best days. Now, unfortunately, we hit our goal early in the week when the market wasn't down. And this is where you have to flex your mental muscles and you do not overtrade. Yes, I have plenty of buying power, as you can see there. I could sell more options to generate more revenue, but when we hit our $600 per week goal, you need to walk away. Don't overtrade. There's always next week. And hey, for all we know, the market could run down more next week. and then we'll be very grateful that we had money on the sideline. So we'll continue to go for our weekly goal, and then on top of that, our goal is to get to 3,000 shares of ULTY. Originally, I was going to go 2,000 shares and then invest in some of the other Yield Max funds, but you know what? I like ULTY's flexibility. I would have more confidence putting more money into this fund than spreading it out into others. So, right now we're at 2,255 shares, so just over 700 shares. What we need, 745 shares to get us to our 3,000, and we will get to that over time using payouts, as well as we'll drip some of the dividend payments into it. I will probably borrow from this account here again. I know that frustrates people when I do that, but the whole reason I have this account is to generate revenue. Invest in myself, whether it's business ideas or just in personal use. And I've talked about it before. My ex moved out, and she stole a lot of my stuff when I wasn't home. She also kind of ripped up some floors. So I need to replace one of the rooms, and I'm just going to use money from here to do it. Obviously, going to pay it on credit card and then pay it with the cash from here. Get those free reward points. Yeah, the account's whole purpose, like I said, is to generate revenue, and we're doing a fantastic job at that. We are 28 weeks in, where we've hit our minimum of $600 goal every week the entire time. So the account continues to grow, and like I said, I do apologize for borrowing from it, and I know that frustrates people because of where the account could be if I wasn't doing that, but the account still continues to grow, and I'm excited what we've accomplished this week. I'm excited for the pull down, and I'm excited to get some more ULTY shares. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Always remember that my videos are my personal opinions, and they shouldn't be taken for financial advice. Always remember, like I said, though, my personal opinion, you will generate more revenue through selling your own options than collecting dividends from ULTY, but I like that ETF, and I'm good with investing the profits each week into it to allow me to accumulate more shares. And I've had a couple people ask, well, why don't I just take all that buying power and put it into ULTY and then just watch how much dividend income you could get? And it's my pushback against that is you never know what can happen. I love selling options because of the diversification. Look at how many different stocks I have sold puts on. Yes, some of them might pull down, some might go up, but I'm extremely diversified. ULTY kind of locks me into a position, and people might say, well, sell covered calls on ULTY. And again, that's where you agree to sell a stock for predetermined price. But my pushback on that is they only have monthly option chains for them right now. They don't have them every week. And on top of that, there's just no revenue in it. So looking at the $7 strike, the last trade was $3. So for every 100 shares, I would get $3. So it's really not worth that. Granted, I guess I technically could get about $60 with all the shares I have. Yeah, it's just really not worth it. So I'm not even going to look to that side. But if there was more growth potential in ULTY, again, you're investing into it for the yield of the dividend, not the growth of the stock. So if there was more growth in it, then potentially I would look into selling some covered calls on it because you get a little bit more revenue from it. But like I said, appreciate each and every one of you. Continue to grow, and never invest all your eggs into one basket, because as the saying goes, if it appears too good to be true, it usually is. So just be careful with your money, invest in yourself, and let's all continue to grow together, and I will see you in the next one.